Calgary Northwest.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yesterday we saw an historic moment in this legislature with a vote on Bill 7. I felt particularly compelled by the conversation around educating people about LGBTQ identities. An excellent place to include this is with comprehensive sexual health education. Comprehensive sexual health education is an important tool for Alberta students and an important tool in helping create an inclusive atmosphere in our schools. To the Minister of Education, can you tell me how you plan to make sure these issues are included in the curriculum?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you very much for the question. Certainly, we know that sexual consent is the law, and we need to reflect that in our curriculum throughout K-12 and beyond. It's very important, for example, when we have these LGBTQ issues and GSAs, do not just impose laws from above, from Edmonton, but have it permeate through the education system, because that's, after all, the way people internalize values and the way that they act on them and be responsible for them as well. You can make laws, but unless people actually have it in their hearts, then they're not very meaningful at all.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, education and dialogue are the key to understanding. Given that, as elected officials, we should be aiming to enhance the conversation with actual consultation. Will the Minister of Education commit to bringing this issue to the Families and Communities Committee to allow all parties to work with interested people and groups to develop a policy that can be embraced by every school board in the province?
Minister of Education.
Thanks, Mr. Speaker, and thanks for the question. Certainly, I think it's important that we use all avenues available. So, as I said before, it's an educative moment, and not just for our children and parents, but for all of us as well. And certainly, the debate that we had on the Human Rights Act over the last few days, I think was an edifying and educative moment for all of us and for the general public as well. I'm very interested in speaking to the Families and Communities Committee to see if they are able and willing to help me on this, because quite frankly, it's a very big effort, but the results and the gravity of the situation are just as large.
Second supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again to the Education Minister. I know there are certain people who worry about the risks of legislating social policy in Alberta, but if we're going to work on these issues and be effective, we need to do just that. Can the Minister assure the House that there will be real consultation on a comprehensive sexual health education that would be available to all Alberta students?
Minister of Education.
Yes, thanks, Mr. Speaker. And I know that certainly the MLA asking is very involved in working with these issues. And as I say before, I need all hands on deck to ensure that we do have a comprehensive sexual health education program embedded into the curriculum and then also infused throughout all of the things that we do here and through the legislature. And so certainly I am interested in working through this. It will be a process that involves moving ideas along a little bit, perhaps bumping up against some established values, but at the end, it's worth it for our children.